Gentlemen in the mix.
Hey traders, welcome to the stream. Another day of glory for bulls, where the rally continues onward. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to get the Discord link up. My bad, kind of running a little off right now. Okay, and here's your daily on Bitcoin. Up 4.3%, was up 5% earlier. Has pulled back a little bit, not much. We're in power hour, so you wonder what could happen during power hour. Like, it's like a rerun of price action in the last 60 minutes of the day for crypto until a new day begins. And here it is. What amazing price action in certain ways, where you know you opened this 4-hour candle this morning, and you eventually sold off to back test that candle high close from June 15th as support before having a ferocious rally that took you to the highest 4-hour candle close since the highest 4-hour candle close of the entire rally since the June 18th Black Saturday crash. So that was your second highest 4-hour candle close, and now it's your third highest because the most recent 4-hour candle we had was higher. And I'm gonna have to F5 because look at this weirdness. You know, it's saying there's an hour 51 minutes. I've seen this bug before, right? So just give me 1 sec to do this. I'm gonna have to do it on total too, but bear with. Weird bug. Okay, so you got to wonder, is there going to be enough steam, or is there going to be enough demand for Bitcoin market participants to push the price to its highest peak of the run? So far, you haven't taken prices, you know, if you're not eclipsed prices over July 20th's high. You got to a point of 24,274. If you saw the top of this channel, my God, man, you'd be seeing what? You'd be seeing the first target of that trade setup, that it all started with a failed bearish breakdown and a beautiful five Japanese candlestick pattern, a continuation pattern, the rising three methods that took you up a lot, you know, from that pattern completing, I mean, 22+% before you sold off, and then perfectly went down to that channel's demand line. And from there pivoted on a false breakdown here too. And look at you now. Beautiful. And you really can thank the equities market. Everything's bad, right? Bad news like Jerome Powell, you know, Federal Reserve, they're raising the basis points, 75 basis points. And then the next day, recession. Oh, as of today, recession is confirmed according to Harvard Business School, not according to woke propagandists. So I'd figure that eventually Harvard's going to change their definition too of what a recession is, just because home team, baby, home team. And but it doesn't matter, right? Because the markets are irrational and they do things that don't make as much sense sometimes, and that's okay. And it's ironic that the bearish Gartleys all completed today, the day of the recession being confirmed. So that's what you got going on in Bitcoin. How are the oscillators looking on the 4-hour? Nothing really. I mean, if we'll say you stalled out now, you'd start showing hidden bearish divergence, but I don't think it's way too early to even be trying to call that. I mean, you finally got overbought for the first time since July 20th. And that's about it. No true discernible edge apparent right now on this time scale. So you just gotta wonder if we could make it. Man, we're so close, dude. You know, and it's like being straight up, you know, being frank. On Sunday, the 4-hour for these altcoins looked abysmal. They looked terrible. They looked awful. And of course, you got to think critically that how could those alts that were looking so set up for lower prices, how could they, if Bitcoin was at a demand line and was potentially going to rally there? In retrospect, looking back on it, they couldn't. It was impossible. So you saw a bunch of, but they did. A lot of the assets truly did have nasty drawdowns this weekend. And I got Tron almost hit the first target of a short trade setup, you know, and now like that, I think all these short setups, these 4-hour little setups are invalid. And you got to go back to the original assessment. The original assessment was for Bitcoin, and I guess all the coins, all the altcoins, failed bearish breakdowns have consequences. That was it right there, July 14th. So you did sell off. You made a, how deep was the retrace from the low to high? It was a 618, 61.8% retrace. And we're going to look at some of these altcoins that are actually all of a sudden, you know, looking interesting again for maybe more upside. But, you know, new data presents itself, so kind of got to change, you know. But we'll look. Hold on. Ethereum, beautiful. Breaking, I mean, testing finally, 1730. Thought that was maybe going to be the case, you know, here before it gets stalled out this weekend. But the demand came in, a false bearish breakdown below 1420, bullish engulfing candle, a back test, and another engulfing. A break can go back above the previous cycle top, 2018. And you've been going nonstop, really, and trying to breach 1730. And if you could, if you really could, straight up or straight down, up, down. You didn't go straight up because there was such lack of demand these last times that before it crashed. That could be the next target. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be. 1972, you know, looking left, this is what helped us gauge where we were going on Ethereum when we broke 1972. It was going to 1730. But look left, even more data would tell us up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, over and over and over again. So it's just all about, you are breaking it right now. But if you catch follow through, you could use your imagination, right? Use your imagination, chat, on where Ethereum could go if it's truly breaking 1730. Well, you know, you should never know because you got to have follow through, right? There has to be follow through. It's trying to break, even if it closes today at above these levels, it's a breakout confirmed, but not follow through. No follow through. What have you learned about follow throughs of breakouts this past month? They have consequences. So a failed bullish breakdown could be bad. So just pay attention to that. But good stuff going on Ethereum, up 6.2%. It was up far greater earlier. It got to a peak of, you know, almost $1,800. There could be more if this breakout's real. Okay. Wow, how about 1420 holding? That was incredible, man, on the daily for Ethereum. Really tough to draw a channel because the ascent up, this wave up, was so massive, dude. But BNB, on the other hand, it's starting to break out of that channel. But look where BNB is, Binance Coin. It's kind of perfect here. Well, I guess it has a little bit higher to go. All right, just a little bit. As you can see, 287 is upon ye. It is the supply line of the downtrend you've been in for so long. Yeah. You could even try to argue that it's wedge-ish behavior, you know. But if you broke that, I don't see why you wouldn't see 332 to 350 again if it's actually bottomed out here and spring back test to spring stuff. So, yeah. Gosh dang it, man. When I just reset everything, I lost all my new work I did today on these altcoins 4 hour. My God. Okay, well, so BNB doing things, trying to break a little channel there, and we'll be soon testing a massive supply line. And keep your eye out.
I like turtles.
We like turtles. Okay, turtles. What happened? Well, you know, looking at the 4 hour on this one earlier, you can see some price action, right? There's this initial peak from January 8th that happened for a little reaction, and then an up thrust, and then price action correlation as resistance January 29th, this is 2021, and then a breakout, and then the back test February 4th before, you know, going insane. And you're not above that yet. So it seems like there is a little bit of 4-hour resistance on total right here. But the great news, since we last spoke, the great news is descending broadening wedge. Look, you gotta love it. In one candle, a successful bullish back test of the supply line became a demand line, right? Breakout, the back test, same candle, measured move achieved, then exceeded. What a pretty structure though in the end, right? And you gotta love false bearish breakdowns having consequences, right? That was real. You can't deny that that's a real level right there. And then you fell below it, but inverted hammer and then follow through, was back inside, and then you finally broke it. And look at you now. Goodness. Goodness, man. Oh God, DOT looks actually incredible, Vincent, man. Like, I'm not even kidding. And even on the daily. Crazy, man. I don't know why people are being hateful to other people. Can we, like, keep it positive? Let's remember we're all we got. Remember all the normies out there that don't give two craps about traditional technical analysis, but you do. And other people in the chat do too. So let's try to do what we can, man. You know, we can always get better. I try to do my best, man. Like, trying not to hone in on any sort of negativity. Been trying to keep it as positive as possible. All right, so BNB and then XRP, also doing very similar stuff to DOT that's actually kind of amazing for now. Massively underperforming, like only up 3.67%, you know. But look here, man, and listen. This is like, so you have your low, then you have your you know, two lows, but those two lows are the same low, so they almost could act as one low locally, right? One low, a local higher low, and now another higher low. But the miraculous area of where this kind of morning star, it back tested the inflection point from history, right? The levels, look, you see them. This thing's been here for a while. You back tested that. At the same time of back testing that, you back tested the breakout of the kind of the wedge structure, and now you're rallying and you're working on your highest daily candle close truly since June 10th. That is, it's very close. You need just a little bit more price action. In fact, if all stayed the same right now, if you scaled out enough, you'd see that it's like to the cent, man, to that penny, tenth of a penny. It's so close. Give me a higher high, man. But you understand, if this is real, you could just imagine seeing 45 cents eventually off of this classic accumulation possibly developing here. Maybe. Just saying, this is new data presenting itself. We already knew about the breakout July 16th, but the follow-up through was abysmal. But you sold off, and when you sold off, you ended up pivoting, making another higher low than your July 12th, July 3rd lows, and then those lows are higher than the low from June 17th. So that's classic accumulation. Pretty much three valleys. Three valleys, dude. All right. That's not bad. Okay, so someone call Alex Cobb, let him know it's not too bad over here in XRP land. Cardano? Cardano's just kind of like struggling, man. It's only up 0.39% today. There was a massive engulfing candle yesterday, which is great. I understand that. You could look at this like it's a range of sorts, okay? I guess one thing, if you are some sort of Hoskinson Moonboy fan, you know, that low, candle low close from May 12th, it's being flirted with. It's been flirted with since July 19th. But you're back above that, which is good. Below that, I don't think you want to mess with this crap. I wouldn't mess with it anyway, because I just think there are better performing assets out there. And the only way this is going to outperform Bitcoin, Ethereum, or BNB, or many others that aren't even this market cap, It would require some sort of news-driven catalyst, like, oh my God, Cardano got picked by Disney to, you know, run Epcot or whatever. They got to run the new facility at Disney World. Great, you know, pump. Oh my God, I can't believe it, man. But if that doesn't happen, then this is just going to continue massively underperforming the bigger coins and even the smaller coins. It's just the way it is. That is until something changes miraculously and over time, in an extended amount of time. It's just an underperformer, man. It just is. Okay, so Cardano, then Sol. Hold on, make sure. Was Sol, yeah. Sol actually looking good on the daily now. Wow, better than Cardano, by the way. Sol locally looks better. The structural development looks better than Cardano. Sol, dude, remember their platform goes down? Yeah, all my data, all my work's dead. So you just got to think about it kind of, it's just like XRP in ways. Just like XRP in ways. Not as pretty, but since the bottom, you can understand, right? This is one low locally. It just confirms the bottom, you know? So that's one low and then another higher low. So you do have like classic accumulation and development after almost going extinct, right? I mean, that's serious drawdown. So looking for these accumulation structures at these levels isn't bad. It's happening, and you're back above 37.37, right? And I think if you stay above this long enough, you'd be making your way to 48.62, then 55.58 area right up here. It's very possible. Altcoins, you know, they were all selling off. Oh no, and then all of a sudden another higher low. Whoa, visible on the daily. Hard to ignore that. Some had already done that, like Atom. Adam had already put this structure in, and that's why it was posted as a trade setup, because it was discernible on the daily, and all of a sudden it's worked on its fourth low. 4 rising valleys, bro. But the context of where this is after the crash, constant selling, and then 886s, you know, it fell below a key level, but then what happened? This pattern developed, and then it is above it now. And we know historically on Atom, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's just it's very possible. I mean, at least minimum 1245. That was the target of the trade setup, one of them. But then 1661 seems extremely probable too. If the macro holds up, which we don't know, man. Like, I mean, the S&P and the Dow Jones hit their pattern completion zones of their bearish Gartleys today. So you got to wonder. I know earnings, Apple killed it. I mean, killed it as in like they at least they had a top to bottom beat, and it was barely. And then Amazon, right? Did they miss on either the top or the bottom, and then they vice versa? They beat on the other. They're up 11+% after hours. Crazy, man. And that's those are market drivers. So it's hard to think that, you know, tomorrow that the S&P is gonna reverse at these Gartleys. You know, they're just not. It's gonna gap up tomorrow. So, but like say the stock market still stalls and crashing doesn't crash anymore, and like we don't crash or continue this bear trend until later this year. These altcoins, right? Some of them, like Atom, could be seeing 1661, and it wouldn't be that weird because the structure where it is, it's not bad. We good on audio levels? Apple guidance was good. I thought they didn't even report or something. And total just went red on the 4 hour, pretty much for the first time. Well, it's green right now, but I'm just, you know, at that 1.086 trillion that we looked at earlier. There it is. You couldn't break it. You're pulling back some, and that's okay. You know, you could. It's cool that total, in fact, did make a higher high than the July 20th high, where the silver lining is that Bitcoin did not. Bitcoin has made a lower high, or it has not yet quite broken the July 20th high. Interesting dynamic there. Okay, so just looked at Atom because, hey, you know what Sol's doing is kind of like that. Doge up 2.65%. Really, you know, this is one where it's like, man, if I was gonna go long on something, I'd probably pick Atom or Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB. I wouldn't be taking a long on Doge. Doesn't mean Doge can't pump. My God, you're one stupid Elon tweet away from just going up 30%. But yeah, I mean, locally it's trying to make a low and then a higher low. Structurally, it's not as good as like Atom or even Sol now, but you're holding, but you're not making higher highs than July 20th yet. You're below 7.86 cents. You can't like this asset. I'm sorry, dude. You just can't. Sorry, dude. I'm just looking at it because, you know, right? It's the... We look at the largest crypto market cap coins, and this happens to be one of them, unfortunately. I know. Here's DOT, though. DOT, though, something, it makes me feel some type of way, like unbelievable, right? Where we discussed this yesterday, where you had that wedge breakout of sorts. You broke it, then you engulfed bearishly on the daily, and you fell right to that support again. All things looked bleak, and you started breaking down on the 26th, but then held and then closed the day above the level, or within the zone anyway, and then massive follow through yesterday. And now catching more follow through, and it will be the highest daily candle close on DOT, I think, since June 25th. That's like XRP. It's similar price action that's very positive. It could turn into something more significant, some sort of like rally that could take you to, you know, 1040, 1060. And then what happens after that? I mean, it could continue to 1300 or $13, excuse me, or that's where it could continue its massive downtrend that it's been in, right? But that price action is beautiful, and that's stuff like I try to teach in here. Springs and back test of springs, bearish breakdown, confirmed July 11th, and then you caught some fall through the 12th, but it wasn't enough. Bitcoin rallied, and then DOT rallied back above its key level, and then so you sprung back above an inflection point, and then you back tested it with confirmation, and then you've caught follow through off of that. So I think that's some good stuff, man. That's some good price action. Failed bearish breakdowns have consequences. Okay, so we can look at a couple of these, man. Why not, while we're hanging out, dude? Okay, so look at this one, for instance. I mean, you know, and dude, it's not like any kind of bull market's confirmed or anything, okay, at all. I'm just saying, like, maybe more relief. But, you know, after something like today and yesterday, hey, a pullback day doesn't seem like it's going to be that big a deal. Just look at this, something like XR or XLM, you know, XRP's big little brother. I don't even know anymore. I mean, it's the Momo shift. It was the bottom. There's a range, and then it actually held the range. Like all these assets, they were like, oh my God, we're testing the bottom again of the range. They actually held and started rallying, but they have not quite yet hit the top of their ranges. Not all of them. But yeah, you look at that and you're like, dang, that's a pretty momentum shifting structure there, at least on the 4 hour. Still pretty abysmal though. I mean, it's, you know, the chart over, it's kind of like, I guess I could understand how a relief rally could occur, because the pain and devastation of this bear market, when would it end? It could continue on up, you know, or on down, I guess, but at some point you'll catch a more significant rally, and even off a significant rally like that, you could still end up being in a bear market. You can go to 16 cents, and then you roll over there, you're still in a long-term bear trend. Okay, so it's just stuff like that. Sorry. So also interesting development on FTM Phantom. Okay, there was this actually very real channel, in my opinion, you know, whatever. You can look at it and say, hey, that actually looks good, or no, that's trash. I don't care. I'm gonna stop watching. I don't, you know, whatever. But like, that was the way I kind of looked at it, and it broke that pretty much the date of like July 16th, and then an engulfing candle broke you above what? A candle low close from May 12th, 2022, but look left and understand it was also another inflection point from March of 2021, April 2021, okay? And you're now back testing that level as support. So you've broken a supply line. You've broken in a very real ice line from history. You engulfed yesterday bullishly. And it's just like, man, historically, price action, you can use your imagination to see what kind of stuff happens if you hold this level. And you're making like higher lows locally. So it's interesting, right? I mean, like where some of these coins are, like FTM now, it is interesting. So even conservatively speaking, you could say target for 43.6 cents, just the high from May 22nd. That's it. I don't know how you could call this candle will not look like this. In 30 minutes, 28 minutes, whatever, it's going to look different than this, most likely. So you say, it looks like a gravestone doji. Sure, if the candle closed now, but you got 30 minutes and you know this price action. So it'll be something else. Okay. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, bear market rallying. For sure. You got to be a little intrigued with basic attention token that we were watching that looked like the world was going to end. Its world was ending, but you can see, like I'm saying, it made its way this weekend down to the neckline of a potential head and shoulders, if you want to call it that. You don't have to. I just know how very real 44 cents is as a mega resistance, and you failed, made a lower high, and it was like, oh man. So if you make another lower high and you end up back in the neckline, dude, there's a high probability you're going down to 29 cents and lower. But for now, you've held, and that's it. Really choppy, range bound, right? Range bound, 35 cents to 44 cents over and over and over again. It's a rerun. That's right, we are in power hour. We got 26 minutes till your close. Kind of just looking over some of these coins. Because why not? I mean, even something as trash as ICP, it was kind of interesting. Like, you know, I don't trust it at all because all it does is lose. It's never done anything but lose and make lower highs, lower lows. But it's just interesting, intriguing down here. $6.03 that was manufactured as a potential support May 12th was regarded July 13th and now recently July 25th, and you've rallied off of that above the 200 moving average. But what happens if it just stalls out and dumps here? So it's interesting to see what some of these assets are doing. Where the bearish assessment on Sunday got blown out of the water. Man, that happens, man. The daily was too strong, I guess. And was really the FOMC, you know, raising interest rates was the catalyst that has driven every market up pretty much. Even gold and silver, just about anything but the DXY has been going up. So it's like a homogeneous secular pump, man. Yeah, why not look at the DXY? Why not, man? Here's your, yeah, I mean, it's just like crazy, right? It's like, hey, dude, that's a falling wedge. If I've ever seen one, it is. It was. It broke out, actually. Just very little fall through so far, and there was bullish divergence. And now on the daily, it's kind of insane. I mean, I'm just calling it how I see it, you know, with what's really here. And it's like you kind of had like hidden bullish divergence on the higher, you know, the higher low. And wow, what? ICP? More like I see poo, but you know, still classic divergence into hidden divergence, and you broke out, and you just use your imagination. What could happen? I don't know, 950 if things actually continued upward, but yeah, interesting. So let's shift gears. Well, no, we can do DXY real quick. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? I mean, you know, the parabolic line that, of course, it's nuanced and it's not really trying to say that there are buyers at this demand line every time, even though coincidentally you've been rallying off of it. I don't know. You could be breaking it now. In fact, you just had your lowest daily candle close on the DXY since July 4th. So we're going on a month now, or 3 weeks anyway, 3-week lows on the DXY. That is confirmed as of, 45 minutes ago. And negative almost building. You could be finding your way down to 105 soon. At 105. Seems very, very possible. What a run, man. Really tough. How can you call the top? You can't, but you can understand that you've been kind of weak, kind of past week or so, or 2 weeks. And we'll see. You make a higher low than 104. Who cares? It's going to pivot and rally again and destroy all the markets. So. Okay, so just looking to explain. Let's go to the S&P 500 that hit its pattern completion zone and started exceeding it, and really will exceed it tomorrow. It broke a key resistance, or key. It's just a level like that was created May 2021, and it was regarded in May of this year. So you broke that, but pretty much closed right, just marginally above that pattern completion zone, right? And you understand that if you look at it like the channel that it's in, there could be more upside. This thing could go to 4177. If you're above like 4058, the only thing that ever really happens is up, down, up, down. I mean, there is some chop in there. So, but like, it's just really hard, man, to ignore that Gartley. But and it could go to an 886. It could be a Bartley. And we've seen Bartleys happen. So an 886 up here. Just pay attention to the deep retrace in the downtrend. Don't be completely, sucked in or induced to buy up at these levels yet. I'm telling you, man, we haven't established enough of an argument to say we're in a long-term uptrend again. A lot of stuff has to happen. We got to get a major pullback and get some sort of higher low again, and then rally, make a higher high, then break supply. Like, we got so much to do, man. So cool though. Cool that on news that's awful, back-to-back awful news days where things that aren't supposed to be good have driven the market up. Cool. Dow Jones, same situation. These things are going to gap up tomorrow just because of Amazon alone and some of Apple. But dang, man, you can't tell me how crazy this is. Soon approaching that supply line. I haven't adjusted. I think that's pretty good there. I mean, I could adjust for that top 35.5, but you're at it, man. You're at the pattern completion zone, and you go to the 886, and it's really not going to be that crazy because maybe that's literally confluent with the downtrend supply line, and not going to be that surprised. Markets acting very rational, but it's a bear market rally, and in bear markets you get some crazy face melting rallies. So there you have it. You'll gap up tomorrow. Nasdaq though broke resistance, broke the 786 easy today, even kind of back tested 11.9. That's a candle high close back from September 2020, October 2020. You back tested it, and then you rallied to close at your highest daily. It was your highest daily candle close since June 7th. So that's really nice, man. We're talking like 7-week highs, whatever, and kind of like taking a crap all over the bearish Gartley. I mean, all you could say is maybe an 886. We'll see, but you could understand that if you you closed right at that 886. So that's, I guess I could understand that it's a little off. The Nasdaq, you could run to the supply line at 12,578, but a lot of times you run straight up to 13K from here. So you're in the downtrend, but you're rallying, and okay, I understand. Russ 2000 breakout. Chat, you have a supply line breakout. Understandable when you get above 1743. What can happen? Well, and just wait till tomorrow. The gap up's going to be insane. You might gap up and see 1926 tomorrow based on what Amazon did. Amazon's a big part of the Russ 2000, American company. So yeah, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Wow. Then order book between 1743 and 1926. Very, very nice close today, and it will be even better tomorrow when it opens. No idea how it'll close tomorrow, but nice supply line breakout. Bruh. Yeah, 30% of Gartleys fail, and that could happen. And there's never been a pattern ever that has 100% certainty. They all have probabilities. And you can have an edge, right? I mean, like, you can have a higher probability of something playing out and it still fails, right? Because, like, hey, man, I could have a 65, 70% edge on the market, and that edge could still fail because there's still a 30% chance it may not happen. So, yeah, that's all TA is probabilities and risk management, you know. Gold. Wow, what a reaction, right? Does it matter? I mean, sure it matters. Like, if you had a limit buy set up with everyone else in the world, 1682, sure, you're up. And it could continue. Like, it could continue to 1793 for a formal back test. It has never back tested that level. 1793, if you think it's a joke, you're crazy, because look at this. Maybe market participants need to confirm that this is resistance again, because they never did. You got to understand. And when it does that, it would fulfill the back test and it would make another lower high. And then, you know, that could be what's coming. Or remember, you have massively confirmed the top here. But, you know, you have not confirmed a double top, which you had a potential double top and it was close to being confirmed. But no, bids came in at that level. Buyers defended the neckline of the potential double top. For now. Well, you just wait, man, until there's not a good macro day. What's going to happen to gold? Yeah, if you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bullet sub in live 42 minutes. Thanks for being here. Gold with this little rally. Silver. Dude, it's like everything, man. Like, everything's pumping, dude. Everything. It's like you know, I don't know, S&P is Bitcoin, and now everything in the world except the DXY is an altcoin. But there it is, man. What a pump. You got your pump, man. Your divergence playing out, seemingly so, and you could be going to $20 for a back test. Sure, it happens, man. But the bear pull bear flag was good. It just didn't quite maybe see a measured move, and I think that's down at lower prices. You rally, and whatever happens, you'll probably be making a lower high than your previous discernible swing high, around $22, and roll over later. But yep, everything pump, man. Everything. Everything. And we could, you know, whatever. We can go to US oil now. That just still, wow, man. Where are the bids? With the divergence on the daily, it's kind of there, right? I mean, where are they? Come on, man. Pump it. Why you stop back testing? You back tested $100. What are you doing? You broke out. Now you're back testing a resistance. Okay, a resistance as resistance, and you've sold off from that. And look at the history. Look, you see the price, right? You see this green little line right there. It's hard to see, but it's there. Look at the price action from history between this $87 area and this $100 area, right? It doesn't do much of anything but up and down, right? That's mainly what it does. Look here. I mean, listen, you know, up, down, up, down, up. I mean, so if you just confirmed it as resistance, you just can't, I mean, if you're critically thinking about this stuff, you just can't be that surprised if US oil saw 87 bucks, right? Because that's almost always literally the only thing it's ever done. So just, let's see what happens. It just back tested successfully. Since it broke it, that's your first back test, right? It broke back below it July 21st and has now finally, as of yesterday, back tested that level as resistance, and that is all we have. But it is still above 95 bucks, the local low from March 15th. It has truly broken the supply line, and it has broken it and back tested it yesterday. So there's a lot of variables here. It's kind of like it could definitely coin flippish, it seems like, on US oil, right? But I understand that, man, you're kind of acting pretty weak here. How many bids coming in? I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. Been all coffeeed up. Gail, thanks for the golden hippo NFT. That was ballin'. You didn't respond though when I gave you some education on the hippos. The hippopotamus, you know, is the most deadly animal in Africa, and it can run 19 miles an hour. So imagine trying to outrun a hippo if it catches you in its sights, oh, you definitely aren't going to outswim it. You're screwed, dude. Hippo wants you. You're not. You don't have a gun or something else, or a vehicle to get away. You're done. Hippo's got you. Sorry. How about your gasoline futures? Freaking out. Oh, I kind of like it here. I love how it. Oh, this is great. So, you know, let's get rid of this channel real quick and see what happened. You gapped down a couple days ago. 316 isn't a joke at all. You can clearly see from history. Don't take my word for it. Look at the chart. 316. Look at the date of July 2011, August 2012, July 2013, June 2014. What's always happened after it has back tested that as resistance and failed? And what about even March 13 of 2013 was an up thrust? So I didn't even mention that one. Every time gasoline futures has fallen below that level and back tested it successfully, you understand what could happen to gasoline futures. It gapped down and then back tested it and then bearishly engulfed. It could back test it again. It just all depends, like on, you know, kind of whacked out price action going on right here. But you understand where it could be going. It could just do the same thing it did historically, which is, wow, you could be going down to 250 just based on technicals here. But hey, whatever, man. Have your alerts set up, I guess, above 316, 318. Okay, so your natural gas that dumped some more. Wow, dude, could you imagine if this was it? Could someone tell me what kind of Japanese candlestick potential reversal this is? Somebody? That's absolutely gorgeous potential reversal. Yes. And where? After pretty much going back two tests, pretty much 980, 999. Let me show you, dude. Let me show you. It's very real. This is not a joke. You have to pay attention to natural gas. Look what happened the first time ever, December of 2000. Natural gas painted its all-time high bubble pop at $10, $9.99, right? You've had price action correlation there in 2005 too. And even a wick right there in February 2006. Look what just happened pretty much. You tested it. And now you're painting that type of reversal candle, and you've caught follow through to confirm it. Shooting star, yeah, shooting star. It's kind of interesting, abandoned baby vibes with the close, the gap up, and the gap down. Baby vibes. It's like, I'm not saying it is because, you know, normally you don't have any gaps at all or any wicks either, but that is, I think that's maybe strengthens it. Beautiful, and it's one top, and then the second top confirmed. Like you're confirming that we're not going any higher. And in actuality, if you can even believe it, and if you abided by candle high closes, you would see a where the top was June 2022, and now you see a lower high get painted, and look what's happening. A lower high on price with lower levels or higher, extremely higher levels of a positive momentum, implying a continuation downward. And really, I bet you that candle high close lines up with an 886. No, it's actually lower than the 886, but yeah, that's interesting there. Are we topping out? Are we confirming it? Is it a mega top being put in? Confirmation high? It's very interesting. We'll pay attention to it. And before, who cares, and just rallies to $1 billion because the fundamentals, what's happening. What a stream, man. We've been going, man. We got less than 10 minutes now until your daily candle close. It'll be a good daily candle close for a lot of assets in crypto. I'll just look at some of the food price stuff, food costs. You know, we got wheat futures trying to bottom out, bullishly engulfed today. Highest daily candle close since July 20th. 8-day high. nearing a level where eventually a bounce could occur. You know, you've been destroyed and some sort of relief rally occurs and it's going to make a lower high than the previous high and roll over again at some point. But for now, you're still holding on to a higher low, barely like 98, 99% retrace. No edge, really, man. I mean, try to, I guess, a little bit of divergence locally. Soybeans also. Oh, wow, look at that, dude. Just the way it respects these levels is uncanny, right? Straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. And now you're at 1454. And I mean, you could break it. If you break it, you could understand up, down, up, down. It could go up to 1585, test it as resistance for the first time, and still be screwed, still be bearish. Rice is too strong, man. I mean, it hasn't made a higher high yet, but the jury's still out on that one, and it certainly hasn't made a lower low. So this is still extremely bullish. Rice futures, unfortunately, you got to stay bullish on famine on this one. God, rice too strong, man. Sugar though caught some bids. Wow, talk about buyers, you know, it's not about the breakdown, it's about the follow through. Well, here was your follow through back above the neckline. It was a confirmed bearish breakdown of a massive double top yesterday, and then today, no longer. It is no longer confirmed. So let's see what happens. You still had your classic distribution, and most likely you'll rally. Wherever you rally, you're gonna end up making a lower high than your July 18th high. But yeah, that's crazy, man. There it is, man. It's not about the breakdown, it's about the fall through. There was not enough fall through on sugar yet. Gonna have to hold your horses on that. Hogs, you know, caught a rally and then went up for its first test of a level that was support April 2022 and May 13th. It became a formal resistance first time. It also is a resistance pretty much from 2011 and definitely 2012. And that's it. Was there any more? Nah, that was, yeah. So that's an inflection point from history that has been successfully back tested as resistance now. So cool. Cotton's been, I thought it looked terrible. It looked awful, but it's rallying now. And now it's testing 97. If it breaks that, look out. You know, this is such a real level. You cannot argue like from history. Now there's that one level from 2008, but you know, there's also a level like 2012, 2014, 2018. You can see it, and that's being tested now. If that's broken, then you're going for a more major relief rally, it seems like, because there's just, you know, a lot of up and down above that. So it's holding on for now.
Just making sure this thing is working. Hey all.
Yeah. Well, no, I was going for record. I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, hey man, I might have a record stream of 0 tips. It would have been funny. Dang. All right. Thank you for ruining the streak, Mr. Anderson. Okay. I appreciate it. So cotton at an inflection point, dude. Lumber. Ooh. So what's going to happen here, man? Is the 886 about to get destroyed, or are we about to pivot here and type 2 return? Very, very interesting spot on lumber. You probably want to keep your eye on it. If these things are rallying, engulfing, doing something crazy, gosh dang, man, is it trade setup worthy? The issue I have with this level, this 886, it doesn't make any sense. There's nothing here. Like there's nothing like that makes any sense to strengthen the argument for this 886. So I mean, if it doesn't hold this, you're probably going down to 460 again, man. Yeah. What's up, Sharpness? I'm sorry I couldn't hear you. I think you did. Yeah, so lumber. Okay, so I don't know, commodities, whatever, cryptos, index funds, 4 minutes till your daily close. So look at Facebook that had its earnings. yesterday. Its first year-over-year revenue loss ever in its company's history. But held on. Yeah, held on. I mean, it was down 5%, right, at open, and it will close there, really. But it did gap down and got as low as 155, 154.99. But just really tough to think, hey, man, it's going to hold here because 149 seems more likely to be a level where it would pivot. But yeah, Zuckerberg, man, it fell out of the top 10 market cap stocks in the world too. It's gone, dude. It's gone. So this thing, I mean, it makes sense though. Like Facebook, dude, social media, you gotta adapt or you're gonna die. And this is a new world thing. We're seeing it. This won't be a mega cap. This will eventually. I mean, you just gotta wonder how low it's gonna go. They're not doing it. You know that what Zuckerberg tried, right? The metaverse play. They changed the name of the company to Meta Platforms, and it flopped. And so you got to think about, if you're an investor and you're seeing the man who created Facebook and that was his idea, I don't understand how you can continue wanting to put money in this. What do they need capital for? They're not doing anything. They don't need more capital. They don't need more market cap. They don't need more money to utilize to expand their product.
Hi, Mitch.
That's
Thanks
it.
for your great content. Ozarus, please smile.
What's up, Charmel cask finish? A0? Sure, dude, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, right? Yeah, they go to Instagram. Right, great. They acquired something that already existed. That's nice, dude, but that's not really what we're looking for, you know? But hey, cool, dude. Just saying, I just don't know how it doesn't continue to slide long term because of just the model of the business. Okay. I will knock out that request real quick. Yeah, sure. Remember that time I said that it's not going to stay the same as the candle? It's not going to be a gravestone doji. Look, it's not a gravestone doji. Lo and behold, we got 2 minutes though. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll look at it. Facebook is kind of like the AOL of social media. Yeah. Let's go to Bitcoin. It will be the highest daily candle close on Bitcoin since June 12th. Big time, man. Big time. Where are you? Well, understand looking left. You're in no man's land. You're at an area where the thought process was, if this was a failed bearish breakdown and you held for the like 1 time, 2 times, rule of 3, if this was real and it was actually going to rally, you could understand looking left. The thought process of how like it could go so high. It could go higher than you could even dream of, because there's nothing between 20K and 30K really. So why not, you know, post this? And again, like, the bearish assessment of the altcoins on Sunday was obliterated with these catalysts, these bad news catalysts that were good, and earnings season, and Bitcoin pivoting off of the demand line on the 26th. What, you know, that's like why these targets are where they were, and I just used Fibonacci to target from the high to low here. I don't think I was off base too much with a failed bearish breakdown 3rd time, hidden divergence on the 3rd valley, and understanding price action between 20K and 30K, right? Like nothing, literally up and down. So like, you know, you haven't even hit the first target, man. You were like $800 off that first wave up, right? But it's just like you almost got a re-entry level, but it's still waiting. You haven't. Yeah. So Jesus chimes for the new day. That was your highest 4-hour candle close since July 20th, and again your highest daily candle close since June 12th. Big deal, man. That's not a joke. Traders settled up higher today or yesterday than they did July 19th. Not bad, man. Not bad. Ethereum. Oh man, look how close we were, chat. 1728. The traders settled up below it marginally. So not a confirmed breakout of sorts, unfortunately. It's just a zone of inflection, you know, going back to 2021. That's whatever, you know, you're right at it, man. You break that, understand, almost 100% probability it's going up to at least 1945 if it's real, you know, because it's the up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, a million times. So every time, dude, except, you know, with this one time, June 6th, when there was not enough demand because of the descending triangle, and we were about to collapse. But you just know if it really breaks, $1972, $2,000 would be coming. All right, let's look at this request and I'll get out of here, dude, for real. Jeez. I will get out of y'all's way, for sure. A0. I don't know, man. One of these tepid off-brand S coins. I don't know what chart to look at because I'm going to look at one. You'll be like, no, 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 I meant this one. It's like, dude, that's not fair. Like, I guess Gate.io has the most data or something. Let's see. All right. So you're kind of like, you made your highest daily candle close on A0. L0 to Tether. Highest daily candle close officially since May 20th. Wow, that happened today. And if you're really gonna run, I mean, here's my issue with this. I don't even know. Would you regard the first time the highest daily candle close ever happened was 121? Okay, but like, who cares? It was never really regarded after that. But then you had this daily candle high close in May 15th, and it's like maybe that's really what it is. It's, you know, these are scammy ass coins, man. But yeah, dude, great stuff. You're short term, making, you know, higher lows, some higher highs now. And you could be ready to run to 121 or 135. If you ever broke 135, though, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, you could be going to $2. You could be going to $2 if you ever broke 135, man. So, you know, it's so limited upside. You know, you got about 11.7% to 25% upside. But if you ever broke 135, my God, almost unlimited upside based on historical price action between resistances, and that's it. There you go, man. That was your request. I've been live an hour. We have gone pretty much across the markets, and that's it. So hope you had a good day. Thanks for coming out. I'll just be back. There you go, dude. Till next time. Respect. T. Hey.
They need praise in return. So what do we do? Beware those who are quick to censor. They are afraid of what they do not know. Beware those who seek constant crowds, for they are nothing alone. Beware the average man, the average woman. Beware their love. Their love is average, seeks average. But there is genius in their hatred. There is enough genius in their hatred to kill you.
Wow, dude, really? Oh my God.
Double Down tipped $100.
Thanks, man. That's last minute tip. No, that was actually, I think, gonna be a record, like a year-to-date record for lowest tips. But that might have, I don't know, maybe made it not be that. So, wow. Thanks, dude, for... Holy crap. Thanks, man. amazing. Kanks.
Suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing. My chamber door. Only this and nothing.
Not wanting solitude, not understanding solitude, they will attempt to destroy anything that differs from their own. Not being able to create art, they will not understand art. They will consider their failure as creators only as a failure of the world. Not being able to love fully, they will believe your love incomplete, and then they will hate you. Their hatred will be perfect.